Hey guys, it's Jessica. I am doing a pregnancy update. I was 31 weeks in my last video and I am 33 weeks now. So I've had a doctor's appointment since the last time I talked to you, and I am now on weekly visits. Today's Monday and I did a doctor's appointment last Thursday, and then I go back this coming Thursday. They'll pretty much be every Thursday because I'm usually off work on Thursdays, so that's the best day for me and my doctor. So last Thursday at my doctor's appointment, I had a sonogram done. I also had my first non-stress test done, or stress test, whatever they call it. I was actually there for about an hour and a half. Longest I've ever been there before. So when I first went in, I had my sonogram done, and the lady that does the ultrasounds, she asked me to take a good guess on how much my baby was weighing. And I had already known from my previous sonogram a month before that my baby was measuring big for how far along I was. And so I told her, oh, I don't know, 4.5. She said, try 5.5 pounds. And I said, really? 5.5 pounds? And at that point I was only 32 weeks last Thursday, because I'm 33 weeks in 2 days today. And I was like, 5.5 pounds? Oh, wow. And she was like, yeah, he's 84% above average. And I'm like, oh, Lord, you know. So then after that, I saw my primary doctor. And at this point, he really doesn't seem too concerned that the baby is measuring really big. Because I don't have gestational diabetes, you know. So at this point, he's really not worried about it. He did check the cerclage. He actually used that metal thing that they put inside you, and he looked at it, and then he actually felt my cervix and said that my cervix feels really thick and that it's completely closed. So that's really good. I don't believe that I would have made it this far without the cerclage. I can honestly say that I really feel that the cerclage, and of course all of the prayer, has been a miracle with this pregnancy. Thank God for modern technology. You know, because I was worried, you know. So anyhow, after he checked the cerclage, I had my first stress test done, or like I said, non-stress test. I'm not sure really what they call it. And it's pretty much where they just hook you up to this monitor, and you know, they put these things around your belly like these wraps, and they hook you up to this monitor, and they measure the baby's heartbeat, and it also measures the baby's movements. They give you this little thing that you have to press with a button on it, and you press it each time you feel your baby move. So they hooked me up to that, and they actually had me in a reclining chair with my feet up, laying all the way back. And I had actually drank a juice right before I went in, because I was kind of worried about him not moving. And I read some research on the internet about if you drink juice and then lay down, chances are you'll feel your baby move. If you hear that noise, my cats, they're like kind of play fighting a little bit. So anyways, he was moving a lot, and the only reason I was really worried about it is because my appointment was at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and he's usually a night baby. Like he moves a lot at night, and I think it's mostly because I'm in the bed, you know, laying down or watching TV, or I'm sleeping, and so he's usually active mostly at nighttime. But they had me plugged up to that machine for like a half hour. I think they kind of forgot about me. Well, anyways, the doctor comes in, and as you're hooked up to this machine, I mean, some machines might be different, but this particular machine, there's a paper that prints out real slowly the entire time that you are hooked up to it, and it makes these little squiggly lines all over the chart. And the doctor comes in and he reads the chart and he looks at me and he says, "That's a happy, happy baby." And I thought to myself, cool, you know, I'm glad. My guess is that if the baby moves a lot, it shows that the baby is not under stress, and it also shows that the baby is healthy because it's moving a lot and it's comfortable in its element. In my last pregnancy, I had actually had my water rupture when I was 18 weeks, but didn't actually go into labor until I was 27. So I carried that whole time with no water, and I never felt my baby move, even though he was alive. He was alive, and when he came out too, they said he was perfectly healthy except for his lungs weren't developed. Because, you know, without the water, the lungs cannot develop. But he was perfectly healthy. He looked really good. His brain was fully formed. And he probably would have made it and just been in the NICU for a really long time if I would have had the water the whole time, because his lungs would have matured. But without the water, you know, there's no lungs. But he didn't move at all. I never felt him move. And it was probably because he was, you know, not comfortable in there because he didn't have any water, you know, and skin was rubbing against skin and all that stuff. And they never even gave me a stress test the last time I was pregnant. They probably figured he would fail because of the simple fact that he was under stress. He had no water. So that makes a lot of sense, you know, because I always wondered about that, why I never really felt him move even though he was alive. And I never really asked a doctor about it because, I mean, what's the point? It didn't work out anyways. But now that I think about it, it had to have been because there was no water. So this baby moves around a lot. And again, I'm 33 weeks and he's 5.5 pounds. So he's measuring very, very large for, he's 84% above average. And like I said, my doctor's really not worried about it. You know, I'm sure from the research I've done, there are women out there who get induced at 38, 39 weeks if their baby is measuring very large. And I kind of hope that that is the case with me. My doctor did tell me at this last visit he will be taking the cerclage out at 37 weeks. Because technically at 37 weeks, you are considered full term. You can have a fully healthy baby with absolutely no complications whatsoever at 37 weeks. Technically, you are considered full term at 37, even though most women carry till 40. So, I mean, it could go either way, really. I mean, I don't know how it's going to end up going down. I will definitely let you guys know once I'm filling up to it after the baby's born, what ends up happening. But basically, he's going to take the cerclage out at 37, and I kind of hope that I go into labor almost immediately after the cerclage is taken out. I hope that I do, because I'm nervous about him being extra big. I'm nervous about, you know, everything. So, and I just kind of want to get it over with. I'm ready to bring this baby home. But next time I go to the doctor, which is this coming Thursday, I am going to talk to my doctor about will I be induced at 38, 39 weeks if the baby's measuring really large? Because I want to know, you know, and I think me and my doctor need to have that dialogue. So anyways, I haven't really been experiencing any heartburn or acid reflux. I talked about that in my last video. You know, I did get a lot of Charlie horse pains. They started getting even like more, like really bad a couple weeks ago. I was having like 2 a night. And then I never had them in my right leg, and then I started getting them in my right leg. Like one night, I think I got one in my left and my right leg. It was awful. So I went to the store and I bought more bananas. I do drink a lot of water, but I think you really have to eat a lot of bananas to keep those away. And you have to kind of, you know, fight them off with potassium. Excuse me, I got a little bit of indigestion going on. I don't really know if it's indigestion, but I burp a lot. The baby does get the hiccups quite a bit because I can feel my uterus twitching, like, and it's like rhythmic, you know. So I know that it's the hiccups because I can tell, and I've done my research about that, and it's quite wild, you know. It's amazing, actually. So, and this, I feel bad for saying this, but sometimes it can be a little annoying. Like when I'm trying to sleep, he'll have the hiccups, and it's like my uterus is sitting here twitching like every 10 seconds, and I'm like trying to sleep, and I'm just thinking to myself, I know this is awful, God, but man, can you make him stop? I'm ready to go to sleep. Like, you know, and I'm in for it, you know. I have no idea what motherhood's going to be like, but I just know that I'm really going to miss my sleep. I know that much. So anyways, everything is going well with the cerclage, and like I said, I will try to keep you guys posted as much as I can. Like I said, I'm probably just going to do a video every 2 weeks. Maybe I might do one every week up until I have the baby, since I'm on weekly visits now. But my guess is that they'll probably just check the cerclage each week. I don't really know, but that's probably what they'll do. I'm sure I will have another stress test done before I actually have the baby, because I think you have 2 or 3 of them done. This was my first one last Thursday that I had. So everything works out. Everything's working out, I mean. And it's exciting. It's really exciting. My baby shower is February 16th, and it's February 4th. So I don't have that much longer to go. And again, I'm due March 23rd, but that is a date based on 40 weeks. And I kind of hope I don't carry that long. I kind of hope that I only carry to 37 or 38. And I know that kind of sounds bad, you know, but I'm really worried about him being like big, because I've heard some horror stories about big babies. And, you know, I just want to, I'm just anxious, I guess. I'm anxious to kind of get it over with, and I want him to be here, and I want him to be safe and in my arms, you know. So I just want to get it over with. But if you think about it, say I did have the baby at 37 weeks after I get the stitch taken out. Say I go into labor like right away, which is my idea of, you know, awesomeness. That's only 5 weeks, guys. That's only 5 weeks from now. 5 whole weeks. So I'm really excited. My fiance and I, we got rid of our glass coffee table. I actually sold it for 25 bucks. It was a really nice glass coffee table, but it's got to go. You know, can't have something like that with a little one running around. And plus our living room's kind of small, so it just makes extra room in the living room. But his room is all ready, and I've really been preparing. I think the next thing we really need to do is clean my car out. I'd like my fiance to, you know, clean all the windows and vacuum it out real good, which, I mean, I'll help him, but he's in a lot better shape than what I am. I'm going to show you guys my belly, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, it's huge. I'm up to 217 pounds, and I was only like 175 when I got pregnant, so yeah, and he's 5.5 pounds. Oh man. So I'm going to show you my belly real quick. So that's my belly. There's the front view. Yeah, it's pretty big. There's the side. I don't know how well you can see that, but yeah, it's like a big basketball under there. And this is only one baby. So I'm huge, but I'll keep you guys posted on how everything is going. So I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.